Good morning, Ms. Burke. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm that you will truthfully and accurately translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English?
Yes.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Are you Heriberto Chavez?
Two.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Mr. Chavez is charged with deadly conduct, discharging a firearm, and cause number 25 DCCR 0559. And what is the announcement?
Judge, we're still asking for a little more time, trying to get through all the discovery, and he is, he's here at, thank you, LaSalle. And so there, that makes it a little more difficult to communicate with him. So if I could have just a little more time to get through that.
So what I'll do is one more reset. This will be the last reset for an announcement. If there's any issue with visiting at LaSalle or bringing a computer to show him things, if you'll just get with my staff, they can have him brought over and you can visit with him in the jury room and bring your computer and show him everything so that we can get that all done before that next court date.
We can do that. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Perfect. So I'll reset it. Just get with them. We're kind of down quite a bit this coming month. So you'll have some time to go through that with him.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, ma'am. No, we're going to start. I think just for time purposes, on Alan Bell, who we don't have, Ms. Malfino, Mr. Parker. So let me get that pulled up. Hold on. So I'm going in cause number 14-18993. I'm going to take judicial notice of the court's file. This is Alan Wayne Bell, who was found not guilty by reason of insanity, I think back in 2014. Or something like that. 15. Mr. Bell has signed a waiver of appearance for today. Let's see, that was signed and dated March 18th. And Mr. Parker, do you agree with going forward with this hearing without Mr. Bell present?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. So what I want to do, though, so we received a report. Well, that's dated February 17th from the Rusk State Hospital, and that was sent by Dr. Holland, and their recommendation at this time is that inpatient treatment is no longer indicated at this time, and they have come up with a potential plan for Mr. Bell to be potentially released to a less restrictive placement. They sent me that information on what they're recommending. Hold on just a second. Let me find that. This is 34 pages long, but it's sorry.
This is just all got judges that helps expedite it for you.
So it's a community integration project.
I've got that same documentation, Judge.
And what I had intended for today was to have someone from the placement be here and testify about that specific placement so that I could get more information. I'm also would like to potentially done this in the past, and I think maybe might be warranted in something like this, actually go to the placement. I've done that with the defense attorney and the prosecutor before on one where we took a trip and actually looked at it so that I could get a better feel on whether or not I felt comfortable with the level of, I guess, protection and how they're anyway, just what it looks like, so that I would know if I felt comfortable releasing Mr. Bell to this specific placement. And so since what I'm going to do now that we've started the hearing, we have some time constraints, I'm going to hold and carry the hearing forward. Ms. Carter is going to find out
Yes.
when we can have someone here, and we'll have just a hearing, quick hearing, so that on the record, they can say what level of care it is and how many people they have working there and the protections that they have if something goes wrong and he doesn't take medication and all those things, and then I'll make that decision. But in the meantime, maybe we can get together and I at least want to go lay my eyes on the place. And so if y'all want to take a field trip with me, we'll go do that and see where it is. And that way everybody has a little more information before we're arguing for or against it and things like that.
Just for the record, Your Honor, they've called me 2 or 3 times over this year since January, and
Who's that?
the facility where he is now.
At Rusk?
And basically, reiterating what you expressed. And Mr. Bell, he's called me numerous times, and I've talked to him several times, and he's like, "Why am I still here?" He said, "Why are you still there?" And I said, "We're having a hearing." When I talked to the facility, I expressed to them, I'm not an expert and I don't know his condition. I just got to base it off what they say, but that they need to talk to the court about coordinating whether they need to be at the hearing or Zoom in or something. So,
well, and what we'll
Coordinate.
do, obviously we have this, a very detailed report that they sent.
Right.
And if anyone would like any of the people that I guess had a part in that report and examination to make the determination that he potentially does not need to be there anymore. If you want any of them, they're easy to Zoom in. And so maybe what we can do is get them. I think we need to have everybody that we possibly can. And I've been, part of what I did in the past on one of these was actually go to Rusk itself. And so it is important. A lot of people think that, and there's part of Rusk that is very locked down. Where he is and the I can't remember what it's called, the unit that he's in is literally they could walk out. There's no fences, there's no locks, there's no anything. If you're in that part of it, you're already really easily in the community if they wanted to be. And so it was a little eye-opening to go there and realize that it's not such a stretch sometimes for them. If they've been in that, they've been in it for a long time. They were somewhere else in another unit for a long time. They have to prove things. I sign things all the time for Mr. Bell and some others to go on community outings. There haven't been any issues. And so it sounds a little sometimes scary, but where they are now and that unit that they're in is extremely, they have rules. And if you don't follow the rules, you get sent back to the other part. And so they have a lot of freedom. And he's been doing well apparently in that. So let's hold the hearing. We'll set it for in a week or two when everybody's available. And in the meantime, we'll get some more information about that place. Sure. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. Ms. Perazzo on Traylon Hill. Morning, Judge. Morning. Don't need to look at it anymore. I've got, here's your copy. I forgot to get back to you yesterday.
Were you going to say roses are red?
It's a coffee.
Please tell me that we're ready to go ahead and get it set for tomorrow.
So. Was there? The first?
That was old, way old, and he
Okay.
kept acting up. His Oliver.
Good.
Nice to see you again. You got me quick, huh?
Good morning. You're Traylon Hill?
Yes, my wife doing this.
Good. And so, I'm going to take judicial notice of the court's file. The last time we were here, we wanted to double check and make sure that there were not issues with regard to competency
Yes,
based on some of the behavior and things that Mr. Hill was doing and saying. And so we had Dr. Rapon do a competency evaluation. I received that report dated January 24th of this year. And in that report, the finding is that Mr. Hill is competent in stand trial. Is there any other evidence with regard to competency?
No, Your Honor.
None in regard to competency.
All right, then at this time, based on that report, I am going to find Mr. Hill competent to stand trial. Ms. Perazo, I know you are a little newer on the case. We've gone through some attorneys, but it is time for either a trial or a plea. So I need to know today if you want to visit with him in the back real quick. Whatever the latest offer is, if he wants to reject that, we'll get it set on the very next trial docket. If not, I want it taken care of this morning.
Yes, ma'am. And
I'll
if I
hold
could just
it.
get that offer.
I'll hold that. All right, go back with the bailiff.
Okay, I'll maybe give you just a second.
Let's see, we have Thaddius McCrae.
Are you?
Okay, so we have now the new indictment.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so we had the bond hearing on, right, already, is that right or no?
Well, it was,
I don't remember.
for today, before he was indicted, I was notified a motion to have a bond set. And then in the meantime, there he was indicted, and so I filed a motion for a bond reduction.
Okay, and is that in both cases? Or just the,
And the newly
the new-
indicted case.
We
Right.
haven't set bond, I believe, in the.
we have already,
We have
I
not.
have not, and so.
in the murder or in the MTRP?
In the MTRP.
MTRP, and so I don't know if that's going to be.
He's entitled to a bond in that one because it's a deferred. And then a bond should have already been set in the murder.
All right, so you're Thaddius McCrae.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, Mr. McCrae, in clause number 21-38959, has a motion to revoke his probation, the underlying offense of aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury. And then we have clause number 26 BCCR 0399, which is the new indictment charging Mr. McCrae with the offense of murder. Ms. Brazo has filed a motion asking that I reduce the bond in the murder case. And while we're here, we obviously need to talk about a bond being set in the MTRP case as well. And so the bond in the murder new indictment is set at $1.5 million. And then there's no bond in that MTRP. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, are you, Mr. McCrae, best you can, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Ms. Brazo, you may proceed.
Would you state your name for the record?
Right.
And we're here today on the motion to reduce your bond that's currently set at 1.5 million to $50,000. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
If the court were to reduce your bond, do you have any assets that you could sell to make money to possibly make your bond? Do you have any means of making that bond that were reduced to $50,000?
Possibly,
Okay, could you explain?
like just a car, like our job is just renting, things like that. So person I don't like own a house or anything like that. My
Speak up. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
excuse
have to hear you, and so
I'm
does the
sorry.
court
I
reporter.
don't own a house or anything. I was renting, but I do own my car.
Do you have?
So that'd be my own means,
Okay.
and then my other assets like clothes and stuff like that. So
What about family members? Do you have any family members that could potentially help you
that's
post your bond?
that's a good possibility.
And are you asking the court if you are placed, if the court does reduce your bond, that you be placed on house arrest or have a GPS tracking device that would only allow you to leave your house for meetings with me, your attorney, or medical purposes?
Yes, ma'am.
Where would you be residing? That relates to my bond. If that were to happen. Where would you reside?
More likely I have to check with my sister.
Is that the only place that you would probably go?
No, now, but I know, my friend, I know he's real busy. They both stay in Houston. So technically right now, I can check with some other family members. I know they all work and everything and I have to talk to them first. I just can't say yes and voice into their home on welcome.
Now, these family members, are they within Jefferson County?
Yes.
And who are the family members?
Sisters.
So you have a sister that is here locally?
Yes, and I have them in Dallas.
Okay, what is your sister's name?
With,
That's here locally.
oh, there's a couple of them, but, Michelle.
Shh. I'm having a really hard time
Rochelle?
hearing.
Yes, that's one of them.
Thank you.
And what is, do you know her last name?
Same as mine.
Okay, I was just, I'm sure. Where does she, do you happen to know her address?
I just know she's staying in West End.
Have you been in contact with her recently?
I talked to her when I got here. My father passed. Haven't really spent too much time on the phone unless it was like with my good friend. You know, I ain't really had much money to put on the phone. So, I was still in TRP phase. So it was really nothing for me to keep in contact with.
Okay, that's all I have, Your Honor.
Any questions of the witness, Mr. Smith?
No, Judge.
Any other witnesses with regard to the bonds?
No, Your Honor.
I am, for the record, taking a look at the probable cause affidavit and the new case. So give me just a second to go through that. Mr. Smith, what is the state's position with regard to bond in each of the cases?
I believe that the bond in the murder case is not set too high, and I believe that he is entitled to a bond in the MTRP because it's a deferred probation, but we would ask that a high bond be set in that. I believe we will be seeking to stack these cases, punishment in those cases. So we believe that he will be in prison for a significant period of time. After he committed the murder, he did flee the jurisdiction and was located in Houston.
Do you know how long that was from the time?
It was, I don't remember, it was several days or more.
Give me just a second. I'm looking back now at the previous pre-sentence report. So just to get an idea of what the underlying,
Excuse me, I never.
hang on just a second. I'm
Okay.
If you recall, Judge, this is the case, we were in trial on the sexual assault and the state had rested. And when the state rested, the defense wanted to recall the victim,
yes.
and the victim we were unable to locate to bring back.
Okay.
And so that was the reason that he pled to the aggravated assault rather than was sentenced by the jury to the sexual assault.
Got you.
Your Honor, if I can allow Mr. McCrae to respond to the fact that, or to the statement that he was in Houston. If I may.
Sure.
Okay.
I was never in Houston. I never left this jurisdiction. I was found at my ex's house the next day. I never left.
And on Euclid.
Yes, I never left.
Okay.
So for me to flee, never left.
And that is correct, Your Honor. He was arrested at Euclid and there was some steps that were taken after that to search the residence.
Right.
And so forth. But it's my understanding from that point, which was either the next day or within a few days, he was apprehended there.
Okay. I think you have some misinformation on that maybe, or?
There was some I don't have the file with me, Judge. There was I just remember reading that they had suspected that he had been in Houston.
Okay.
But now that I think about it, we have found the motorcycle that was used in the murder.
There's no more.
There's no
You're thinking of,
this is different.
You're thinking of a different case.
It was that one.
That's the other case I've got cited. I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm getting confused.
Okay. Do you have your file in this case?
I don't have it down here. It's upstairs.
Okay, so on the offense date. Okay.
Your Honor, also, if I may allow Mr. McCrae, to speak about, since the underlying offense for him being placed on deferred adjudication, there were some allegations made as to what happened, that he would like the court to be aware of. And I wasn't part of that.
That's all
case,
done.
so I
On
just-
probation
okay.
for it, entered a plea of guilty to the aggravated assault. I was there, listened to
Okay.
the trial. I don't need any other information on that. So in cause number 21-3855-959, I'm sorry. Which is the motion to revoke unadjudicated probation. I'm going to set the bond in that case at $400,000. Condition of that bond, if made, is that Mr. McCrae would be on house arrest with a GPS monitoring device. I'd obviously have to have an address locally where he would be. And then in cause number 26 DCCR 0399, I'm going to sorry. I'm going to grant the motion to reduce the bond. I'm going to reduce the bond in 26 DCCR 0399 to $1 million. Condition of that bond also, if made. A condition of that bond, if made also, is that you will be required to be on house arrest, wear a GPS monitoring device. We'll get the case set for an announcement, obviously, make sure, I'm sure there's a lot of discovery. Has all of that already been turned over? Is there anything missing?
I believe that we have received everything. I'm in the process of reviewing it. It's quite voluminous. So,
All right.
If something
So-
comes up, I'll let the court know.
All right, Mr. McCrae, I'm sure Ms. Prazo will be out there to start going over the discovery with you so that we can see about getting an announcement which way your case will go at the next court date. All right, you can go back with the bailiff.
Thank you.
Apologies for mixing up the case.